Hello, gorgeous people, and welcome to another TV Central one-on-one podcast. I'm Aaron Ryan. This is episode 4, 2024. TV Central will be part of the Australian Idol 2024 journey, chatting to each of the eliminated contestants. Your top 10 became your top 8 with the elimination of TJ and Tyler. Joining me, and welcome to TV Central, TJ, thank you for joining me.
Yo, how are you?
I'm great. Well, talking about great, TJ, the Great Divide. All sorts of words have come out to describe you: unique, talented, fringy, raw, inspirational, layered, misunderstood, confusing. I think people like to put contestants in a box and say, this is them, this is their music. But you surprise the audience every week. There's no question about your talent. So was being too unique what sent you home?
Uh, no, I think me being exactly who I am was my superpower. I think that's what got me as far as I got. I don't like to see it as if like being unique sent me home. I like to see it as being unique brought me this far because it was like if I was just another cookie cutter, I would have been left at auditions.
Yeah. So, in your own self reflection, then what do you think sent you home?
In my own self-reflection, it's like the target audience for Australian Idol won't isn't ready for someone like me. And I did this for the new generation of listeners, a new generation of artists who are ready to take over. Sometimes the Australian industry can be a little bit behind, and I realize that what I'm doing is bigger than me. I'm trying to bridge that gap between Australia and the rest of the world. And Australian Idol was just a way for me to go through a boot camp where I can get the skills I need to be an artist. I can survive in the industry. And I got that. I got what I needed from it. And I learned so much. I'm grateful to have done this whole journey.
Yeah. Well, let's go back and have a look at a little bit of your Australian Idol journey. I think you sold everyone with your version of Location. Did you choose that song because you believe that best represented you?
Yeah, so that was more when I had the choice of being able to choose my songs, that was me. Alternative R&B is my lane. And that I feel like still to this day was probably my best performance.
Yeah. Then it was Bad Guy. I think that moved you from that everyone pleaser sort of location song to a bit more out there with Bad Guy. You really mixed it up. Was that intentional? Because if so, some would say again, maybe that's why you got eliminated because they like the location version of you.
I feel like as an artist, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And all I wanted to do was shake things up. I feel like I'm the only one who took risks. And I love taking risks. I love creating an emotion in people, whether it's good or bad. I like my role models do that. Dua Lipa, Tyler, the Creator, they all like, and like they really shake ish up and they get you feeling something. I don't care if it's hate. I don't care if it's that, because at the end of the day, I made you feel something. I made you log on to your phone and come and comment on my post. I made you do that just because of my music. So I'm so happy with that performance.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about. I know everyone's going to be asking you about it. Let's talk about the voice, John Farnham. I mean, that
Yeah.
was definitely bold. Um, I'm just thinking from my point of view and being super honest, and of course it's my own opinion. I think that maybe is part of the reason that you were sent home. The issue is if you know the song, it's an Australian anthem, and us traditionalists don't like people messing with those kind of songs. But if you were young and didn't know the John Farnham version, and um, it just means that you didn't know the song then. And people generally like to hear covers and songs that they know. So you probably threw both camps off with a bit of a curveball. Is that a fair statement?
No, every
No.
single young person I've talked to loved it. And every single person, like my age and younger, was like, I hate it when my parents put that song on. But your version was like everything I needed. And literally, I love John Farnham. I've watched that documentary
Yeah.
too many times. I love being Australian. And for me, it was like, it made me sad when I talk about that song and people my age are like, nah, that's mid. That's so mid, like I using our lingo, below mid, like that's not no cap. I would never listen to that. I was like, okay, I'm going to force my gen. This is a song that deserves to like transcend, like transpass generations, and it needs to keep going on. The song can't just die with my age and above, you know. So I was
Yeah,
like, let me introduce it to you guys and put things you guys are familiar with. I know how much these kids love 808s and snares. So let me do that. Let me bring this. Artists do it all the time, you know, like they bring a song back from the 80s, like Flow Rider did it. Like that's what sampling is, right? Kanye
yeah,
did it. Like you introduce, who cares what the older generation thinks? Because I respected them as much as I could. Like I
yeah,
kept the chorus the same. I had to pay respect to you guys and pay respect to the people who watch Idol. But I hope they realize that what I was doing was bigger than us and bigger than them. I was taking something that think deserves to be heard and bringing it to a new generation. I'm more than happy that I got to do that. I know it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but trust me, the people my age now have access to a song that deserves to have its platform.
mm. Well, let's go looking forward. There's going to be a huge fan base for you. You've had the Australian Idol opportunity, but genres are kind of picked for you. You're totally in your own lane now. So
Mm.
what can fans expect from you, or is it expect the unexpected?
Expect the unexpected. I've never been someone who's predictable, and I think that's what the hype is for me, right? It's like you have no idea what I'm gonna do next, but when I do it, you either like it or you don't. And most of the time, I'm happy that people do like it. I think
Mm.
what's next for me is put my head down, going to a lot of studio sessions. I'm so happy that I can self-produce and I can write, and I spent time being a top liner and being a producer and getting these skills from Idol, right? So I'm just gonna pump out so much music this year and then try and get in the festival lineup because I'm so excited to just get this bag.
Yeah, well, we want to see you. These kind of experiences, though, are often learning curves for people. What have you learned about yourself as an artist through the Australian Idol experience?
I'm never doing reality TV ever again. I've learned how to pace myself, what longevity actually means as an artist, how to transform energy, like what that actually means, like what it means to eat up hate comments for breakfast and spit out positivity to everyone around me. Um, I've just learned so much. And like for me, this was actually a positive experience in the way that I've left really happy. I'm probably one of the only idol contestants who leaves and they're like, I'm so excited to go into the world and kill it. Most people leave devastated thinking that this is their whole life, but I never walked into this thinking idol is the end for me. I always saw it as like a way to literally gain skills and get exposure to the industry. And I feel like I've put my foot into the door and I've announced myself. I'm the first and only TJ, so I plan on taking that as far as I can.
Definitely the only TJ. These kind of eliminated podcasts, I always ask for predictions. I know that it's a usual question, but I found it interesting because so far everyone said the same person. But it's who you think will win based on the public vote and who you would like to win Australian Idol personally.
I feel like it's between Amy and Dylan, 100%. It's definitely between Amy and Dylan for that top three. What else happens? I don't know. But with what I've seen again, the way voting works, anyone can go home. Like, how did Ripley go home?
Oh,
Like,
exactly.
Ripley could post on his story, hey, everyone vote 1,000 times, and all his little minions would do that. Like, he had 100,000 like followers and all that. And I think it shows you just how much like voting matters and how unpredictable this show can be.
Yeah, I definitely think no one should ask me. I thought the top five was going to be you, Tyler, Ripley, and Dylan. We're going to be the four of you were going to be in the top five, and now three of you are gone. So,
Yeah.
uh, who knows? Where can fans hit you up on the socials and follow the next chapter in your career? You're on a little bit of a hot sauce on Instagram.
Yeah, my name is at TJ Hot Sauce. And I'm just gonna keep that. Even if I change my artist name, I'll always keep at TJ Hot Sauce as my Instagram name. The funny story about that is that because I grew up surrounded by like different cultures, I just was introduced to spicy food and everything. So I used to carry, I'm not gonna say the name of the brand of the hot sauce because I'm a gatekeeper and I don't want people taking my sauce. But I used to carry a little hot sauce in my patch every time, and I'd pour it on literally anything I ate. And that's my friends used to call me like hot sauce. So I kept the name.
Oh, there you go. It's not what I thought it was. It literally is hot sauce.
It's literally is hot. Maybe someday that's what music is for me. I just start a hot sauce brand.
Yeah. Finally, are there any words for the legion of fans you have that have supported you for Australian Idol and want to see more of you moving forward?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's supported me. Thank you for voting. It wasn't in vain. And honestly, just remember to always love each other and spread positivity. Dream big enough to take you out of your small town so you can become big enough to feed them.
Oh, absolutely. That's great words. All right, TJ. Definitely talented, definitely unique, and just an inspiration to anyone that dares to be different. Look forward to seeing the next chapter of your wonderful journey. Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me, Aaron.
That was TJ from your Australian Idol Top 10. Australian Idol continues Sunday, the 10th of March, 2024, with the top 8. Well, that's it for this podcast. All the latest television news and podcasts, head to tvcentral.com.au. But for now, I'm Aaron Ryan. Thanks to TJ. Bye for now.